Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Police and members of Taiwan's armed forces are helping some of the country's most remote places cast their ballots in Saturday's elections. Jaime Okan reports.
Police officers and volunteers in southeastern Taiwan are preparing the country to go to the polls. On January 13th, millions of people here will elect the country's next leader. And while casting a vote in big cities like Taipei and Kaohsiung might not be difficult, for smaller, less developed areas like Taidong or Orchid Island, it can be a little harder. That's why local officials are working with the military to make sure ballots and polling stations are ready before Election Day.
目前还在联系相关单位，包括海巡或者是我们空军的部分来做协助。
Volunteers are also making sure that counting and transferring the ballots on the big day will be just as smooth. Officials are hoping to install vote counting machines which count ballots with speed and accuracy.
印刷厂印的都很精准的啦，所以他们就是100张隔一个，他们就点那个大叠这样几叠，然后对报告角对准了以后，然后零数的部分再轻点一下这样子。
Saturday's elections are set to be one of the most pivotal in the country's history, with issues like security, the cost of living, and housing all at the forefront. And the influx of volunteers here shows just how people are doing their part to make sure everyone gets their voice heard. Isan Pan and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
This year is set to see a record number of women running to become lawmakers in Taiwan. The country already has one of Asia's most balanced gender ratios in politics, but challenges remain. Our reporter Edmund caught up with 3 young women running for office to find out more about life on the campaign trail.
Radio personality Irina Lee is putting in the miles for what Taiwan calls the land battle, the hard graft needed to win over voters before polling day. Lee is representing Taiwan's main opposition Kuomintang, or KMT, a Chinese nationalist party with strong support among older generations. But at 30 years old, Lee is the youngest legislative candidate in the country, and she's hoping to appeal to other young people who are wary of Beijing's claim over self-ruled Taiwan.
大家看到我的时候是很支持我，是先认识李明玄，先喜欢李明玄，愿意支持李明玄，然后发现到说哦，他是国民党提名的哦，哎，那感觉国民党不一样哦。
Just 2 months older than Lee, Huang Jie of the ruling Democratic Progressive Party is now also running for a seat in a legislature, competing in national politics for the first time. Unlike the KMT, support among young voters is strong for her party, which advocates Taiwan's independence from China. But Huang says campaigning as a woman comes with its own set of challenges.
女性能力比较不足，或者是说觉得你不够专业，甚至是会有一些针对外表上，然后我的言行举止上的批评，然后还有羞辱都蛮多的，甚至是比较严重的是一些性羞辱。
Jennifer Yoi Lee of the smaller Taiwan People's Party doesn't have the resources of the DPP and KMT. But Lee says her party has a better record on women's representation than its 2 bigger rivals. That's despite criticism of her party's leader, presidential candidate Ko Wen-je, for sexist comments.
Within the TPP, we have just more female politicians or political workers within our party, and even more than KMT and DPP. So I think he considered everyone based on their ability, their capability, rather than their just gender.
With just days to go before the election, all 3 candidates are still canvassing for every vote. Taiwan already has one of the highest rates of female participation in politics in Asia. Over 40% of lawmakers are women, and this year there are more female candidates than ever before. It's a chance for the major parties to try some fresh blood in politics, but it'll be up to the voters to decide whether it's time for change. John Su, Scott Huang, Peachy Zhuang and Ed Moon in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
The number of babies born in Taiwan has hit a new low. There were some 135,000 newborns in 2023, a decline of around 3,000 from the previous year. Experts believe low wages, high house prices, and long working hours mean people are less likely to want children. A bump in births this year is not expected, even though it will soon be the year of the dragon, an auspicious time when more couples generally want to have kids. Young Taiwanese people are increasingly looking to alternative career paths, choosing jobs that better fit current economic and demographic trends. Jeremy Olivier has the story.
Taiwan's economy and population are changing, and so are the jobs that the country's young people are choosing to do. Take, for example, Mr. Hong, the owner of a thriving pet grooming business.
这2年来，慢慢的，比例来讲，养猫咪的会比养狗狗的多。疫情前后慢慢是有增加趋势，你可能会想要家里多一个陪伴的一些毛小孩。
But looking after pets is not for everyone. User-generated content, like videos posted on social media, has also become a large and quickly growing source of income in the modern economy. Being a personal trainer, a job with more flexible hours, is popular among Taiwan's youth as well, with job vacancies at the country's many private gyms more than doubling between the first quarters of 2022 and 2023. Career experts cite a few factors behind the move away from more traditional work in Taiwan.
职务或者是一些这个消费商机，可能还是扣紧在这个少子化、高龄化以及这个数位化的一个环境哦。
With fewer babies being born and with more and more of its people growing older, Taiwan faces some serious economic headwinds. But the country's youth are increasingly identifying new consumer trends and preparing themselves for the job market of the future. Patrick Chen and Jeremy Olivier for TaiwanPlus.
Police often use breathalyzers to catch drunk drivers, but have trouble identifying users of other drugs behind the wheels. Bryn Thomas looks at how researchers in Taiwan are trying to change that.
It's like a COVID rapid test, only for drug users. Researchers at National Taiwan University are close to developing a new, portable quick drug test. With just a swab of a mouth, police here will soon be able to identify people who've used several common illegal narcotics. It works by identifying the substances the body produces when metabolizing drugs.
毒品进到我们身体里面呢，就会经过身体的代谢途径，所以我们主要侦测的是它毒品的代谢物。那当然有些毒品它可能是在唾液里面，它大部分是保留原形。
Using different tabs, the new test can identify traces of different drugs in just 10 minutes with an accuracy of up to 97%. It can even differentiate between various drugs, like ketamine, amphetamines, and cannabis, and tell if someone has used within the last 34 hours. Its developers hope it will help police quickly figure out if someone's been using illegal substances.
主要会希望可以用在一些路检啊，就警察的路检，或者是像夜店那种临时可能需要马上就要测出来说这个人到底有没有吸毒的这种场合。
The ability to test quickly may prove particularly useful in making Taiwan's roads safer. While police here are well equipped to test drivers for legal drugs like alcohol, they often have difficulties identifying drivers under the influence of illegal ones.
那警察呢，他在路边做临检的时候，他除了说对这个人验他有没有喝酒之外，那也可以去顺便验他有没有吸毒。如果说你刚吸了毒，可是现在开车的话，就会造成公共危险，酒驾零容忍，那毒驾应该也是要零容忍。
Most people would agree that keeping drunk and high drivers off the roads is important, and researchers at National Taiwan University hope their new test will do just that. Dolphin Chen and Bryn Thomas for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, today we leave you with this winter wonderland scene from the forest near Paris. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.